tell you something, all that glitters ain't gold. Hey, hey. It's been a long old troublesome road, and I'm looking for somebody come and help me carry this load. I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need. Hey, hey. Well, I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need. Well, I don't know if I'm walking on solid ground, 'cause everything around me is falling down. And all I want is for someone to help me. I had a job, but the boss man let me go. He said, I'm sorry, but I won't be needing your help no more. I said, please, Mr. Boss Man, I need this job more than you know. But he gave me my last paycheck and it sent me on out the door. Well, I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need. Hey, hey. Said I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need. Hey, hey. And I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need. And if I share with you my story, would you share your dollar with me? Well, I don't know if I'm walking on solid ground, 'cause everything around me is crumbling down. And all I want is for someone to help me. What in the world am I gonna do tomorrow? Is there someone with a dollar I could borrow? Who can help me take away my sorrow? Maybe it's inside the bottle. Maybe it's inside the bottle. I had some good old buddies, names is whiskey and wine. Hey, hey. And for my good old buddies, I spend my last dime. Hey, hey. Now wine is good to me. You help me pass the time. And my good old buddy whiskey keep me warmer than sunshine. Hey, hey. Your mama may have blessed the child that's got his own. Hey, hey. If God has plans for me, I hope it ain't written in stone. Hey, hey. Because I've been working myself down to the bone. And I swear on Grandpa's grave, I'll be paid when I come home. Hey, hey. Well, I need dollar, 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 that I need. Hey, hey.
Hello, Delaware. How are you? I am Rashmi Rangan. I hope the election fever has gotten to you. On Tuesday, whatever you do, don't just sit this one out. It's very important. Go and vote. This is your civic duty. It is your right. If you don't, then you have no reason to sit down and complain at all. So, for me, many years ago, I guess about 15 years ago, when I became an American, I told myself, come what may, I will cast my vote every single time. So if it is the school board elections, I go and vote. Voting is incredibly important. We fight wars to spread democracy around the world. Come on, let's be democratic here, you know? So please go and cast your vote. Learn about your candidates, know what your polling place is, and go do your duty. So with that message out of the way, all right, so about the Delaware Community Reinvestment Action Council, I can never speak without also speaking about Stepping Stones Community Federal Credit Union. So given that that's the baby, let me talk about Stepping Stones Community Federal Credit Union. In the year 2011, which was a year we were still in, and for many of us still are, in a financial crisis, right? That is the year when banks are merging, being acquired, forced to close, credit unions are merging, acquired, forced to close. So the appetite to give charters and allow new institutions didn't exist. In fact, in the credit union world, there was kind of a famine for new charters for a long time. In fact, in the state of Delaware, before our charter, new charter, the last one was about 35 years prior to ours. So, in the year 2011, in all of America, the only one credit union charter that the National Credit Union Administration issued was to Stepping Stones Community Federal Credit Union on 603 North Church Street, right across from Old Sweets Church on the east side of the city of Wilmington, serving all that live, work, worship, or study in the city of Wilmington. So, we are a newly chartered, although this is 2016, we are still a very new credit union. Our member base is about 450. We don't want to keep it that small. So if you meet the field of membership, that is, you live, work, worship, or study in the city of Wilmington, please come and become a member. Maybe you don't need us at this time, but we certainly need you. Why? Because it is a member-owned financial institution, something that you can take great pride in, because the first in a long, long time that kind of broke this famine, if you will. One that will grow with you, one that you can shape. But most importantly, if we don't grow our membership, our regulators will say we are not needed. Now, if you manage your money, you know how needed a community-owned financial institution in our communities is, right? When you do your banking, sometimes you can't even do banking because of something in your past. Sometimes you have to pay all your bills with money orders or cash or other ways. Not that Stepping Stones Community Federal Credit Union will be your transactional credit union answer. We still don't have direct deposit. We still don't have ATMs. But it is a place that you can become part of a movement and help us grow, so that we bring direct deposit and ATMs to you sooner rather than later. Now, things keep getting pushed a little out because there are so many things that are not in my hands, right? We apply, we make contacts, we research our vendors, we send everything, then we wait and wait until the next step where all communications happen, because we have a processor that needs to speak to all the banks, it needs to speak to the Federal Reserve, it needs to do a whole bunch before we can do direct deposit. And direct deposit is one that you've heard me say here for now, definitely the last 6 months. We are working, we are working, we are working. Trust me, I'm not lying about it. It just takes so long. So, please become a member of Stepping Stones Community Federal Credit Union. Yes, you may have other bank accounts. Yes, you may be a member of another credit union. But if you are part of this Wilmington community, please, please, I ask you, I beg you, become a member. And the more members we have, the quicker we will grow. Some of you know because I've talked over here that Fulton Bank gifted us the branch on 600 South Harrison Street. While it is not yet open to the public in any way, uh, Jacqueline Quinn, who is our deputy director, and I have actually moved there. So that is where my office is. On November 30th, we are doing our annual holiday event. So please join us, 5:30 to 8. Email me at rrangan@dcrac.org. That is RRANGAN at dcrac.org if you would like to visit with us. November 30th, it's a Wednesday. It's like an open house, 5:30 to 8. It is at 600 South Harrison Street, very close to St. Hedwig's Church. The credit union became a dream of ours, really, in response to the thousands of families that we have touched over our 29 years. So in our 29 years, we've seen clients who have had payday loans, title loans. Remember the story that I tell you that once you attend our Borrow Smart class, which by the way is this Monday, that is tomorrow evening, 5:30 to 8:30, also at the Credit Union 603 North Church Street. You don't have to call, you don't have to sign up. If you feel like tomorrow evening around 5, I have nothing better to do, let me give them a try. I keep hearing this woman talk about Borrow Smart. Let's see what it's all about. What do you have to lose, right? If you don't like it, you can walk out. Say, nah, this is not for me. But come and hear us out, give us a try, and see what we have to offer. Because we are all about saving. We are so big into saving, saving, saving. The theme of saving is, if you have no savings, it's like you have a Mercedes-Benz, but no gas money, you ain't going nowhere. So save, save, save. On our Facebook page, we even have a page, 52-week savings challenge. So we are today on week 19. If you want to not attend any of our classes, don't even ever want to talk to me, see me, say hello, that's fine. If you are on Facebook, go to DCRAC's Facebook page, my Facebook page, and you'll find 52-week savings challenge page. Go there. You don't even have to like that page. See, follow all its weekly assignments and see if you want to take that challenge for yourself. And at the end of 52 weeks, have $1,368. If you take this 52-week savings challenge, save $1 week 1, $2 week 2, $3 week 3, at the end of 52 weeks, you will have $1,368. So that's one. Absolute basics of managing money is to save, save, save. Make savings a habit, whether it's a penny, whether it's a quarter, whether it's just loose change, whether it's picking up a dollar bill and say, oh, that the numbers over there have RR, Rashmi Rangan, I will save this particular bill. Whatever excuse you do, but make savings a habit. Some ways that I save are very simple. One, when I do grocery shopping, all my coupon money, I actually pay the full bill, get change, and that change goes into a shoebox for my savings. I am so cheap and so proud that, you know, I still can find gazillion ways to save. So if you aren't cheap, trust me, you'll find many, many ways to save. But make savings a habit. What happens when emergency knocks on your door? What happens? You then have nothing saved, so you end up borrowing money, right? When you are borrowing money, Most lenders, including Stepping Stones Community Credit, Federal Credit Union, is going to look at many things. Your ability, right? Ability to borrow and repay. Your willingness. You've borrowed in the past, you've paid back. So ability and willingness are very, very crucial. How do we get to that? Your credit score. My personal piece that I've been talking in terms of credit from February 1999 was the first time I was on that first Sunday, 3 o'clock live right here in the studio, my very first TV show, if you will. I was nervous as can be. But since then, I have said the absolute awesomest credit score that you could have is 723 or above. And credit score in 99, I used to tell you what goes into credit scores. We didn't know what went into credit scores back then. We didn't even know what our credit scores were back then. At least today we know what our credit score is. Go to Credit Karma, go to so many banks. I know Discover's ad that talks about it doesn't matter whether you are their customer or not, you can get the credit score, credit report. Capital One, whether you're their customer or not, you can get your credit score, credit report. So when you have so much freely available to you, take it. See what your credit score is. Once you see what your credit score is, then you can have a path and go on that journey, and it's going to be an awesome journey towards a 723 credit score. Once you have that awesome credit score, that is when a mortgage is a truly affordable, credit cards are truly affordable, auto loans are those 0% loans, everything, the borrowing then becomes incredibly, incredibly affordable. For that, again, we have a Facebook page, 723 Credit Score. It simultaneously started with the 52-week savings challenge. So you save and you build your credit. Both are incredibly important. Again, week 19, today's assignment was learn about the 10% that goes into your the weight that is given to diversity of credit that you have. The student loan, the auto loan, the signature loan, the credit cards, the mortgage. The more diverse portfolio you have, the higher your credit score is. It's very important to know your score. Know your score, and it's really easy to improve it. Even if you did absolutely nothing credit-wise from today onward, nothing credit-wise, in 12 months your score will go up, because 10% of your score is based on, 15% actually, is based on length of your credit history. So the next 12 months, if there is nothing derogatory, because you're doing nothing credit-wise, then it is going to improve. So learn about credit score and take advantage of programs that we have. You heard me talk over here about Artisans Credit Builder program. That Credit Builder program is awesome because it helps you build credit and it helps you save money at the same time. And to learn about the details of that program, you have to attend Borrow Smart, which, by the way, is tomorrow, 5:30 to 8:30. So 52-week savings challenge, 723 credit score, both are Facebook pages within the DCREC Facebook page. That's our credit clinic program run by Joe Gross. Joe Gross last year was our public ally, and this year is the director of this program. That's about the credit clinic. I've already talked to you about Stepping Stones Community Federal Credit Union. I forgot to mention what our hours of operation are and who runs the day-to-day aspect of it. So our hours are Monday evening 3 to 6. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 11:30 to 2:30, and Friday, 3 to 6. And it's very ably run by Maricela Tovar Rangel. She's bilingual, and she started with us when she was a senior in Howard High School. Then let me talk to you about a housing clinic run by Lillian Harrison. She lives in Georgetown, works in southern Delaware, meets with clients up here occasionally by appointments. Now, in this day and age of technology, she doesn't really have to travel. She doesn't even have to meet clients at all, as long as somebody from DCREC has met our clients and we have made sure all the documents are understood, filled correctly, signed, then they get scanned and sent to Lillian. So, what does a housing clinic do? Three things. One is foreclosure prevention. That is where our focus has been since 2007. Then we do title program, the only agency in the state of Delaware that I know of that does assist our clients with making sure they have good title, clear title to their own properties. They could be homeowners, they could experiencing foreclosure, and obviously if they are experiencing foreclosure and want to modify their mortgage, if the home is not in their name, the mortgage modification piece becomes very difficult. They could be tenants, or they could be, homeowners who aren't in mortgage troubles, but they go to their local jurisdictions for a grant for maybe emergency home repair. Again, they don't own title to their home. So, if they don't own title to their home, the jurisdiction will not be able to give the grant to the homeowner because there is no such person as a homeowner there. So those are instances where title program, we assist our homeowners obtain clear title. Person that does that is Jacqueline Quinn. She too is a Delaware attorney. Then the third piece of our housing clinic is home ownership. But you don't get into the home ownership clinic until you've gone through the credit clinic and got savings and got a good credit score, because those are the absolute basics. You cannot become a homeowner without making sure you've got savings and you've got good credit. So work with the credit clinic and then you move into the home ownership. Lillian Harrison walks you through that process. And believe me, the new normal remains home ownership. Do not listen to anyone who says, oh, home ownership is not for you. Most people who built wealth because of home ownership, the good mortgage that they got. Yes, in this last financial crisis, it was home ownership that caused trouble and caused people to lose all their equity, their savings, their retirement. But that was from bad mortgages. So bad mortgages that were originated and our homeowners that went into those bad mortgages without thinking things through. Home ownership is more like a purchase of love. It's truly a purchase of love. But make your head walk you through what your heart desires when it comes to home ownership. And our rules of thumb back in '99, they were the same as they are today. Over the years, we have not changed. Rule of thumb number one, savings. You must work towards 5% of sale price. Work towards it. Yes, there are down payment settlement help programs out there. Rule number two, you cannot borrow more than 2.5 to 3 times your gross annual income. So if your gross annual income is $10,000, you cannot borrow more than $30,000. period. So that's a housing clinic. And as I close out, I'm with you only half an hour today. As I close out, I have to talk about tax clinic. Our tax clinic is not a tax prep clinic. We do not prepare taxes. That we send it, if you come to us for tax prep, we will send you to our partners, Nehemiah Gateway CDC, AARP's Tax Aid, or DACA, or United Way, anyone else who does tax prep. Our funding says we shall only represent you, the taxpayer, before the IRS or all the way to tax court. So our tax clinic is run by Anthony Doring, also a Delaware attorney. So what do we do in our tax clinic? Well, one is occasionally homeowners that are looking to modify their mortgage. If they have a tax lien, the lender is not likely to modify that mortgage. So we work to get that lien subordinated. Sometimes the tax client owes taxes but has zero ability to pay the tax that is owed. In those instances, we represent our taxpayers before the IRS and place them in CNC, currently not collectible, or if there is an ability to enter into an installment agreement, then an installment agreement. And if there is a windfall and there is some cash, offer in compromise. So settling pennies on the dollar. So if there is truly a tax debt that is owed, then we work with our taxpayers to make a payment plan and become compliant with collection. Sometimes our taxpayers are taxpayers whose wages or income or statements have been levied. That means taken, and then we work with the taxpayer advocate to stop. So no more taking from Social Security, from bank account. And sometimes small businesses who are in an exam or audit may get a bad exam, bad audit. We might ask again, depending upon the scenario, we are able to have it reopened, re-examined, re-audited. So there's a lot that we offer to you. Please take advantage and join us on November 30th between 5:30 and 8 at 600 South Harrison Street. And until then, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Borrow smart. Bye-bye.